In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 classic mistakes that I see people make with their Facebook ads, and obviously how you can avoid making such mistakes as well. And if you watch all the way through the end, I'm going to give you a really, really good tip on how you can get awesome social proof in your ads. All right, so let's get stuck right into today's episode. So welcome back to the Teach Traffic YouTube channel. My name's Alana. If you like this video, be sure you hit the thumbs up icon and subscribe because we've got lots of awesome videos. All right, as promised, we're going to cover 7 of the classic and really common mistakes I see people make with their Facebook ads. So please do not make these mistakes when you run your Facebook ad campaigns. All right, first mistake is they have no strategy. It's like they throw a bunch of spaghetti against the wall and they hope that something sticks. What do I mean by strategy? I mean some kind of sales funnel. You're sending people to some kind of free guide or video content that you're then going to retarget people with. You need to have some kind of strategy by which you're going to hold people's hand and walk them through your sales process. Too often I see people just throw up a generic ad, send them to their homepage and hope that people will know what you want them to do or buy your product or service, right? And it just doesn't happen that way. You need to walk people through and have some kind of sales funnel process. To show you what I mean, let me give you an example, okay? So here is an example of a free ebook, which I give away through Facebook ads, actually, and it's called the Google Ads Gotcha Guide, okay? And it's a guide which has all the sneaky Google settings that Google have embedded in their Google ad platform, okay? And I give this away for people and I advertise it on Facebook. I also advertise it on Google as well, mainly through YouTube ads. But this guide is packed full of value for people. And really, anyone who's going to be interested in this guide is probably running Google Ads themselves. I teach Google Ads. That's a match there. I help them with their Google ad campaigns, and then they probably want to come upgrade and join the Teach Traffic membership. Okay, so that's the kind of example of having some kind of strategy that I'm talking about. I don't just send them to the homepage of Teach Traffic and get them to join my membership straight away. I've got to warm them up a little bit, demonstrate that I can give value and help people that way. Now, if you're in e-commerce, well then maybe, you probably wouldn't do something like this. You might throw some kind of ad up which has an offer and then send people to the product page with the offer on there, ideally with some kind of deadline embedded in it, and you could try that particular strategy. There are a bunch of different examples of strategies that you can run, but you must have a strategy for your Facebook ads, okay? The second classic mistake that I see people make is they do not install their Facebook pixel. Oh my goodness, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. The Facebook pixel, if you're not aware, is a little bit of code which Facebook give you that you install on your website, on every page of your website, which will help your Facebook ad account enormously. It will enable you to track if you're getting leads. It will improve the performance of your ads because through the process of lookalike audiences, it will enable you to do retargeting or remarketing. They're interchangeable. So you need to install the Facebook pixel on your website. I have a video, a dedicated video on where to find the Facebook pixel. I'll put a link to it somewhere on this video. So make sure you watch that if you're not sure how to do it. And if you're not sure if your pixel's on your website, check this out. So here is my landing page that I send the Facebook traffic to. You can see here, I've got this Google Chrome add-on called Facebook Pixel Helper, and it's highlighted in blue that says, yes, the pixel is on there. And then you can see my pixel there, okay? So if you go to your website and this Google Chrome add-on that you've installed on your browser is gray, that means that the pixel's not on your website and you need to install it, okay? So definitely want to install the pixel on your website. Okay, mistake number 3 that I see people make is they do not set up conversion tracking. You need to set up some form of conversion tracking so that you will know if your Facebook ads are working or not. Okay, it seems pretty obvious. Conversion tracking is the method by which you're going to determine whether your ads are successful or not, and Facebook will tell you when you set up conversion tracking. If I show you really quickly here I am in my account. I've got a bunch of ad sets which have different targeting, and you can see the results. So gotcha guys, I got 5 leads with this particular ad set, 57 with this one. And you can see, and because I've set up conversion tracking, I know how many leads each particular targeting interest group gave me, and I can also see the cost per result, so I can make a really easy decision. Well, this particular ad set is too expensive, these are profitable, and this one is not doing so well, so it's turned off, and I can make those decisions because I have set up conversion tracking. All right, you would most likely need to set up more than one type of conversion tracking. So you might have people who download your free guide or your ebook or whatever it is. You might have people who fill in the contact form. You might have people who end up purchasing. So most likely you will have multiple forms of conversion tracking in your account, and that's okay. It's definitely recommended. Okay, mistake number 4 that I see people make is they do not set up remarketing or retargeting. If you're not sure what that is, essentially someone comes to your website, they leave not doing what you want them to do, and you show them an ad based on the fact that they've been at your website yesterday or a week ago or whatever. Definitely the lowest hanging fruit that you could possibly do. So highly recommend you implement a retargeting campaign for in Facebook. Actually, I recommend it, and on Google as well. We actually have a whole challenge that I created called the 14-day retargeting challenge. You can check it out at teachtraffic.com/challenge, and that walks you through step by step how to create a retargeting campaign on Facebook and on Google, including YouTube. So definitely check it out, because retargeting is by far and away the lowest hanging fruit. Okay. The 5th mistake that I see people make is they have no structure to their Facebook ad account. All right. And what I mean by structure is they do not segment their audiences clearly by ad sets, and they throw a bunch of different ads all in the one ad set, and they hope for the best. Okay, so by good structure, I mean this. So I've got one campaign that I'm already in, and by ad sets, I've separated the interest groups very clearly, and I've labeled the ad sets whatever is the interest group. So this particular ad set is targeting people who are interested in AdWords, because my lead magnet is for a Google ad guide. Okay, targeting USA, AdWords in Australia, Perry Marshall, because he's a Google Ads guy, online advertising, etc. Okay, so I very clearly structured my Facebook ad account so I know which interest is working, which interest is not working, and I can have that real transparency when I'm managing my account. Okay, so definitely create very tightly themed interest groups, separate them into different ad sets. You may even separate your ad sets by video versus image, depends on how big the audience is, and structure is going to be really the key to succeeding with your Facebook ads. Okay, the 6th mistake that I see people make is they use automatic placements, which is Facebook's default setting when you're running your ad sets. So what do I mean by automatic placements? If I just show you real quick, if I hop into one of these ad sets and I scroll down here, the default setting is this automatic placements here, which will have your ad on all these places. And let me tell you, you will waste a lot of money from, apps and sites, in article and all that kind of stuff. So I personally am a big fan of just really newsfeed ad, Instagram feed ads, and maybe story ads. But really beyond that, I just find there's a lot of wasted money. So I don't particularly like to do automatic placements. The only time I may do automatic placements is for a retargeting campaign, but really I often don't do that either. But I may but only for retargeting. So maybe that's a little bit of a tip for you. Okay, so do not use automatic placements. Manually select the placements that you want and you will definitely save money. All right, the seventh and final classic mistake that I see people make is they choose really, really broad audiences. And by broad audiences, I mean audiences or target interest groups that have an audience size of, let's say 50 million or 100 million or something, which is just, it's too large and it's just not targeted enough. Okay. So whilst I am a fan of sort of larger sized interest targeting, be it around the 1 to 2 million mark, I would definitely not go all the way up to 100 million in my audience size. Okay, so don't be too broad in your audiences. Also, don't be too narrow. But the bigger problem I find people have is by going too broad. And and then your ads will be hopefully a lot more targeted. As promised, I said I'm going to give you a tip on how to get social proof on your ads. And my tip here is to make sure that you include your past customers in your ads, which might go against the grain a little bit because you think, why would I want to show ads to my existing customers? But what I find with Facebook is that if you do include your past customers in your ad campaign, so you don't exclude them, then if provided they are fans of your product or service, they will comment very nicely on your ads and sprinkle a lot of really nice social proof on your ad saying, I bought these shoes, they're the most comfortable shoes ever, highly recommend, and suddenly your ad has got all this endorsement, which is fantastic. So I usually only run that for like a week and then I might exclude those audiences further. Okay. So there you have it. Those are my 7 tips on how to not make the classic mistakes with Facebook ads. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up icon, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more videos. See ya.